Hello there, my stamping friends. It's Jackie Bolhuis from Klompen Stampers. Today, I'm going to make 2 Christmas cards for you. We're going to use fairly limited supplies, 2 different designs with the exact same products, but just to show you how you can make quick and easy Christmas cards. You know, there's so many beautiful bundles out there, stamps and dies, and we can make super special Christmas cards by, putting a lot of time and effort into them. But sometimes you just need to make a bunch of them. So you want to be able to make them quick and easy and, not a whole lot of cutting and putting pieces together. And I think this card fits that bill. It's got some great, bright, bold color, and it's really kind of fun to put together. It's one of those like parts and pieces stamp sets that I like to call it. Lots of different pieces you can put together lots of ways, but we're just going to use our ink pads and do some stamping, a couple layers, and we'll be done. So I hope you enjoy this video and the tips I share along the way. This card design would work great with other stamps for other occasions as well. It's really designed to show you how, you don't have to do a lot of die cutting, use some big bold stamps that give you, all your color and your images, and you can make a lot of cards quick and easy. So before I go and flip the camera down, just a welcome to those of you that found my video for the very first time. I hope you enjoy the tips I share. I'm all about making quick and easy cards and teaching you how to make quick and easy cards. Make sure you subscribe and share my channel with your stamping friends. And then one of the things you'll find with every video I do is a corresponding blog post. There'll be the link down in the video description to take you directly over there to that blog post. And that's where I'll post pictures of the cards I make today, the 2, plus I have a third bonus one I'm going to share with you. So I'll have the pictures as well as all the supplies I use listed out and the card measurements. So if you'd like to create these cards that I'm making today, I try to make it as easy as possible for you to just go find the measurements, the supplies, and everything so that you can make them as well. While you're over there, if you don't have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator and would like a catalog, you can click on catalogs and request a catalog, or if you have questions, you can email me through the website over there or leave a comment here because I am all about helping you in any way that I can. So without further ado, let's flip this camera down and let's get to work. The main stamp set we're using is called Christmas Season. We've got the greenery and the pine cones and the holly, just kind of those classic Christmas images. And they're just bold and you can put these pieces together however you want. And then our greetings are going to come from the Christmas to Remember stamp set. Great greetings for inside and outside of your cards. And these two just pair perfectly together. So we're going to start with stamping and using all of these pieces. Then we'll add our greeting after we've done the rest. So let's go ahead and start. I have a piece of basic white here. I don't even remember the measurements on this. 4.5, what is it? 4.5, 3 1/4. 4.5 by 3 1/4. But don't worry about that because remember, all of these measurements will be with the picture and the supplies over on the website. So check that out. Now, I have a variety of different colors here. And what I kind of like about this is you could use any color that you want. So we're going to start out, and you know what? This wasn't even the color I wanted to start with, but it's going to work just perfectly. We're going to stamp 2 images that way. And you'll see here as I go, I'm just kind of building, I guess they call it like a spray. Kind of a floral arrangement, I think we'll call it. So we're going to start with some greenery, and then let's stick a pine cone in there. Now this pine cone is really fun because it is 2 pieces. So we're stamping the bottom in crumb cake, and that was soft succulent I started with. And then right on top of it, we're adding the soft suede. So that I love how you get kind of the 2-tone look going there, 2 different colors. You could use 1 ink pad and stamp it off on scrap paper first for that bottom image. We've done that many times as well. And then let's take another piece of this greenery and let's stick like a few of these in here. But you can see how this is kind of my center point, and I'm building up that way and we'll build down this way. Let's put a lighter one in there. I like to, with all my colors, put different shades in there just to kind of get more variety going. And let's see. Then we're going to go ahead and use some early espresso for this. I don't know if these are holly berries or what these are gonna be. We'll put 2 of those going that way. Oops, looks like I missed a little part there. It'll be fine. And then we'll use real red. And let's see, I gotta flip this around. These berries, I have to think every time which way they go. Kind of the beauty of the photopolymer stamps is you can see, if you can see them, where to place your images. So there is kind of our floral spray. We're gonna add one more thing. It's just a bunch of like little dots. You know, we've done speckling and that kind of stuff in the past. Let's use that crumb cake. And I'm gonna stamp it off, I think, first, because we want these to be pretty light, but I think it just kind of finishes off that this is a cluster of, you know, florals and so forth. So there is our first piece. So I want to just set this aside. We're going to do all the stamping first, and then you'll see how easy it is to put together these cards. So this piece is just a little bit bigger. And so I don't have to wash these. I'm going to use the exact same colors. But this time, we're going to stamp it once and twice, but we're going to have our center more down in this area. Now, it could get kind of ugly in the middle on this one because they're all going to kind of overlap and stamp on each other, which is totally fine because we're going to put our greeting right there in the middle. So we kind of want to think of that as we put some of these pieces. I probably should have cut the greeting out first so I know how much space I have in there that we're going to cover up, but we'll see if this works. So we'll do 2 of those. And again, you know, like I said, this is one of those stamp sets that you could sit and play with all day long and come up with all different ways to just put all the pieces together. So let's see, let's add some of that greenery in there. We'll add some down there. Whoops. Oh, we put that in the wrong color, I think. That's okay. I like that green. You never know what you're going to get when you're stamping with me. Let's put a couple more coming up like that. So you can see how, you know, this middle really looks bare, where I think this one, because they were bunched together, is okay without anything on it. But you'll see where we're going for when we're done with that. So let's just keep stamping here. We're going to do the insides while we have these. And again, one of these, we're going to go this way. So let's grab let's see, what's this one say? I never put my labels on. Now, people ask me that, why don't you put your labels on your stamp? And you know, honestly, it's just, I don't feel like I use them, so I don't put them, if that makes any sense. From years ago, the older stamps, they didn't stick very good when you put the labels on. So I just really got in the habit of never doing it. So not that there's anything wrong with putting them on there, but it's just kind of my preference, I guess. So for here, I'm just going to do a little bit of stamping over here in the corner as well, just to, let's see, what stamp am I looking for? I told you I got so many of these here, I don't know what's what. Now I kind of switched colors there. Let's see, I think we probably need some berries in here as well. I think these red berries just really, really pop. So there is the inside of one of them. And then let's just keep going here and stamp the inside of our other one as well. So, and I think they're going to end up probably being very similar, which is okay. So let's just kind of do a couple of those that way. We'll use our same inside greeting because that works just perfectly for the inside of your card. And let's see, I think we need berries. I don't know, I like the berries, I think just really, really kind of polish it off. There we go. And then let's come and put some of these dots in here as well. Just kind of little clusters over that. So there's that piece. And then let's put some on here. You know, it kind of just ties in that this is our stamped area. So let's see. Let's put some on here. And then I think we are almost done and ready to start putting our cards together. Okay, so there we go. Let's grab our adhesive. And let's see, I've got lots of pieces cut. We got to make sure we get them on the right size here. So for this one, all of these, we're using some real red cardstock. So with the stamp set, you really could get some white, some red, and then we're going to use crumb cake for our card base. So really only 3 different colors of cardstock. So like I said, this would be a perfect one if you were going to make a whole bunch of cards, because few ink pads, couple colors of cardstock, buy the full pack so you have a lot, and you could have so much fun stamping these because they're easy and fun. So there's the inside of that one, and let's match these pieces up. And this is our other one. Now you could cut these the same size too. I just kind of liked this one a little bit smaller, and the inside of that one, and we are almost done. So let's put that one there. Okay, now let's take our card. Let's see, let's do this one first. So this one's gonna go this way, so we'll stick that on. Now remember, with that liquid adhesive, you don't need a lot. It is my favorite adhesive, but you got to be careful that you don't put too much that it gooshes on you. So you can see here, I just kind of scribble down on it, and that is more than plenty for the inside. So we'll put both of those together. Now let's stick our other one. So there's our 2 panels. Again, if you were mass producing these, you could do all the stamping and then all the gluing and just kind of do them in an assembly line fashion. Now, before we go ahead and stick this one down, I'm going to take a piece of this ribbon. This is beautiful. Can you see the sparkle in that? It is a red metallic ribbon, and I'm going to just stick a piece. It's a little bit thick. It's not super easy to tie a bow. You know, I pretty much never tie bows unless it's linen thread or baker's twine on my cards themselves, just because to me, they're too big and bulky. So, but I like using pretty ribbon like this just to put a strip across. So we're gonna cover that up in the middle with our greeting. So hang on for step number 3? 1 was stamping, 2 is putting together, and then 3 will be adding our greeting. So there's the front and the inside. So let's get that in there like so. Now, you notice on the inside, I'm layering those as well. I don't always do that. Actually, I've been kind of on a kick doing that. You could just put a piece of white on the inside, but again, because the card is so simply stamped, I kind of like that, you know, we carry that layered look onto the inside. Okay, let's add some greetings. So I have a piece of scrap here and a couple more pieces from that same greeting set. So we have Love and Joy, and then Merry Christmas. And there is actually coordinating dies with this stamp set. What are they called? Seasonal label dies. They do have some pieces that cut out some pine cones and holly and so forth, but they have a ton of different labels in them. And I bought them really just for the labels. So we're gonna go ahead and cut that one out and that one out. So let me go cut those out and I'll be right back. There we go. So let's set all that aside. Let's grab our dimensionals. And we'll start with our first card here. Now, if you're going to put something over a strip of ribbon like that, I always like to put my dimensionals on the top and the bottom. So it goes, you know, on either side of that ribbon. I think it sticks better that way instead of having those dimensionals right down on the ribbon. So let's just put that right there. So there is our first card. And then for our second one, we'll use the long Merry Christmas. And since this one is so long, I am putting 3 on there. And, whoop, don't want to put it upside down. we're going to put this one down further. So let's just stick that right there. And so there is our second card. So quick and easy Christmas cards that would be really easy to make a lot of them. Now I did use 6 different stamp pads, but you could totally tone that down and just use a couple. And you could use whatever colors you want. And I noticed these were my original samples. You can see here how I used the greens opposite each other. I think I did that here too. So it just, you know, shows you can put these together however you want. It looks like this one I came out to the edges a little bit more. I was a little bit short there, but there's no right or wrong way. They're going to be adorable no matter how you put them together. Now one more that I want to show you. And I'll have pictures and measurements of this one, but this one does use the dies, and you can see how I cut out the greenery. Here's another one of those labels and another greeting from that same stamp set. And then the pine cones were cut out with a die and the little sprigs of pine needles there. So just another option for using these products. So I hope you liked the video, picked up some tips, and enjoy how quick and easy these cards were. Again, all the details will be over in that blog post. It'll be down in the video description, a link to click on to take you right there. And if you have any questions, I'd love to help you. So make sure to leave a comment or reach out to us, and we'll help you in any way that we can. So until I stamp with you again, have a stamp happy day.